you guys see that ninja? Hello, my dear friends. Well, I guess I can't call all of you my friends, since I haven't actually talked to some of you. Melody. So yeah, we should talk sometime, because I've never talked to you yet. So the challenge today is to find a childhood toy, and to be completely honest, I could not find any. We moved across the country in 2007, and at this point, I was about 15 years old, so I don't really have any old toys that I just decided to keep. So, I decided to find something that's not traditionally a toy, but I guess could be. Alright. So, you know how little kids always like to, pretend that they are people that they are not? Well, I was one of those kids. I would roleplay that I was an amazing hero of some sort all the time, by myself or with friends. Most of the time, this was my weapon of choice. Yes, a freaking sword. And no, this is not a real sword. So I guess you could consider this a toy, since it's 1, blunt, and 2, the handle is like broken. So if I ever tried to use this, it would fail terribly, because like I'd try to use it and be like, ah! And then I would just have a blade, like with a little thing. And that's not very menacing. Gotta be honest with you guys, that's really not something I would be afraid of if somebody came at me. Well, actually, I guess I would, since it's still a blade, but there's no handle, so yeah. So for the vlog today, we are supposed to talk about our childhood memories, or just our childhood in general, I guess. And my childhood was no different than anybody else's, except for the fact that I traveled a lot when I was younger. The younger part of my childhood was spent in Indonesia, and most of the time I just watched Dragon Ball Z all day, since that's all that they had on TV that I could understand it, because it was in English. And other than that, I pretty much just played Duck Hunt, you know, like from the old Nintendo. Played Duck Hunt, Mario, some pirated Super Nintendo games, like, I don't know, Goofy. And then when I moved to America, like I said, I did the role-playing thing a lot with my friends. Like, I would be like these amazing freaking heroes and like killing everything, at least in our imagination. So Jared, you wanted to know what our favorite Pokemon was. And I would have to say that it would have to be one of the Pokemon that was in the first 151, because I really didn't care about any of the ones after that. The second season was okay, with the beginning Pokemon with, like, oh my gosh, Totodile, Cyndaquil, and the leafy one. That generation was alright. The third generation kind of was like, I don't know, they had just like really weird names and I didn't like it. The fourth generation came out with some cool ones, like the legendary Pokemon, and the new ones are pretty cool. But I really didn't like the third generation. They're kind of lame. But yeah, definitely the first was my favorite. So the first 151 Pokemon. My favorite single Pokemon is probably Bulbasaur, because in red or blue version, I always thought of Bulbasaur as being the best to start off with, because in the first gym you would have to fight Brock, and Brock had all rock-type Pokemon, which water is good against, and fire is terrible against, and grass-type is okay. And then in the second gym you'd have to fight Misty, which fire is terrible against, grass is good against, and water is not very effective either. So for the majority of the first two gyms that you went to, you'd be alright if you just used Bulbasaur. And then from then on, hopefully you'd have enough other Pokemon that it'd be alright. So I just figured to start off, Bulbasaur is a good idea. Eden, you asked what mode of transportation we would use if we were really rich. I would have to say a stallion, because stallions are just like majestic creatures of the wild, and I would just feel really powerful riding one. Just be like, hey, I'm just going to work on my stallion, no big deal, no big deal. Melody, you put up a video this week, but there was no question, so, yeah. And no video from Ryan. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.